everyone, Colleen here from Yarn Wars, and today's pattern workup that I'm going to be doing for you on this tutorial, these look very simple and they really are. These are just little bracelets that I've made for 4th of July, Independence Day, and they could be for just about any Memorial Day, anything. I just stitched on these little stars. I know it looks kind of dumb, but these are just different bracelets that I've made, and they're just really quick workups. They'd be perfect for you to make for, you know, just an extra item on a craft fair table. And try to see, hopefully I don't have any problems today with my lighting. And I've also made this little cuff bracelet here. Looks great. It's in the pictures. My stars on this could have been way better than they are. However, we got dots. That's okay. Looks really good on. But great way to show your support for this fun day. So what we're going to do is we are going to start, I think we'll do the white as the base. We'll start with that one. And you could stitch, I would say for a child, I would say stitch about 26, maybe even 24 stitches for a child. And we're going to do 30 stitches for an adult wrist. You could pretty much just, you know, wrap it around your hand or your wrist and make sure that it's a good size for it to work for you. So we're going to start by making our slip knot. Dun, dun. And we're just going to put that through. And I'm sorry, we are going to be using an F hook. And I'm not worried about being real loose with my tension. You can if you want to be, but I'm kind of doing these on purpose a little tighter. So we're going to chain our 30. Okay, so best thing to do is just take this, wrap it around your wrist, and make sure that those ends are just touching. And they are here for me. So just make sure they're just touching, because you don't want them real far apart. You don't want, unless you want a looser bracelet. If you want a looser bracelet, then that's all right. You can just squeeze it on. I prefer them looser anyway, so this one works fine for me. And there are different closes you can use. These are just tied off in knots, but there are different closures that give you an adjustable bracelet as well. Okay, so once we've chained our however many chains that we're going to need for this, we're going to work into that second chain from the hook. We're going to just work single crochets. So not this chain, but your next chain down, we're going to work single crochets. You can either work just for the, you know, the quickness of it all. I'm going to work these just straight across. Normally, I would work them into the spine section in the back, these little humps along the back. Kind of gives me a nice finish. I do that for all of my dishcloths and things like that, but for this, I'm just going to kind of get through this. We're going to chain all the way across, one single crochet into each chain across. And I do want these to be a little closer together. My tension is going to be, I'm doing this a little tighter, so. Well, with what we did, we're going to end up with 29 stitches on the 30. So it's going to curl a little bit. And remember, you can block this at the end just to get it to lay flatter if you want. Mine laid pretty flat all on their own, so just wait and see when you get finished with it if you need to flatten out some curled ends. All the way to your last chain. There we have it. So we finished our first row after our chains. Then we will chain one, turn our work. You're going to work into that very first stitch right there, and you're going to work right down the line again, leaving you with the same number of stitches, 29. When I try to speed up, that's when it all messes up there for me. All right. No, get back here. I'm going to see if I can make this a short video so I can upload it quick tonight and get it out to you guys ASAP. I'm going to have a few different patterns showcased to kind of, as quick workups for 4th of July, just last minute ideas. I kind of, if you hadn't noticed, I like short and sweet projects. Okay. So now we have our base for our bracelet. And you just see real quick, just double check what is just touching. Okay. So I know the white is not the easiest to pick up on camera here. But at the end of this, I'm just going to chain one. And then I'm going to leave, I'm going to give myself about this much of a tail. And I'll explain that more in a little bit. So I should have started with a little bit of a longer, well, that's pretty long tail. That's good in the beginning. So leave yourself a little bit of a tail in the beginning as well. Okay. So I'm not sure what the other yarn is, if it's, I know it's a Red Heart. I'm pretty sure. The white and the blue that I'm going to be using are Red Heart. And then I have this red, Karen United. Go figure. That is so cool. It is a cherry. And it does not look the proper red in this because of my lighting. My lighting is a little bit yellow. So we will go ahead and get started with our red first. I do have a picture diagram on my on the pattern itself, the written pattern. So some of this will be explained, but it might be a little confusing still. So you want to take your red or your blue, whatever color you're going to next. Okay, you find the right side of your bracelet. And this for me is my right side. The other side is going to be kind of bumpier. So you'll know which side is your right side. And you're going to come all the way to the end here, or as close as you can, and insert your hook right there. Make sure that I've got this all focused for you. And then I'm going to take my yarn, my red yarn, and I'm going to loop it around and pull it through. I'm going to become a human sewing machine right now. Leave yourself a tail on this red. That's going to be used in the tie-off for this. So we have our first stitch we're going to go right into, and this is all on the edge, the outer edge stitching. And we're going to yarn over, pull through, and then pull through this like you would a slip stitch. All right. And then you're going to go into your next stitch and yarn over, pull through your next one. So as you see, we are literally, just like I said, a human sewing machine here right now, making our little stitches across the top. You're going to go into each stitch right down the line and do a slip stitch. So we're going to go ahead and work that all the way down. So for these bracelets, it's just kind of a short but sweet pattern for 4th of July. And we're just trying to achieve the colors. On the actual cuff bracelet, that one is a little more realistic to the flag, so I'll go into that a little more as well. We'll make one of those after this video. So we're almost there. As you can see, stitching along the outer edge, getting a really nice, clean look. And then actually come into the end here. And what we're going to do, once I've reached the end, in my last stitch right here, yarn over, pull through, just chain up one more time. So you just extended past that. Okay? See the back of your project is just one line of red there. There we go. So we're going to cut, and we're going to leave ourselves a tail on this as well. Pull it through. Just tighten it up. So we've got our first color. Okay. And then we are going for our blue. Move this out of the way. Bind my end for my blue first. We are going to do the same thing down at the bottom of this as we did with the red. Find your bottom beginning stitch right there. It's a lot easier for me to go into outside of the camera. The bottom stitch, we're going to loop over, leaving a tail. Don't forget to leave your tail. And we're going to pull the blue through right there. Okay, so now we're working this other end here. You're going to be kind of adjusting this and turning it to be as relaxing of a project as possible. And we're going to pull through and pull through our blue. And it will be fine once you get your rhythm here. So we're going to go into our next stitch, yarn over, pull through. Do that all the way down the line. It does get quicker the more you do it, so. Okay. Now on the cuff, I have an actual close. I have a button close for that. This, get creative. There are ways to do a closure that is adjustable, and I'll show you how to do that, but it's a little bit painful, and to be honest, I don't think it works as well with yarn as it does with different things like paracord or other materials, hemp, any of those different fibers. Working it on the top area is a little easier. Working it along the bottom. Or let's just say it's a little quicker. I think they're both equally simple. I was getting a rhythm down, and it's not easy when I've got a camera in front of me, so. And as you can see, I've stitched everything so tightly that it's just going to give me a little bit of trouble anyway. So, all right, we're going to go at the end. And then I'm going to chain up one so that I'm beyond that, like I did with the red. And leave myself, again, a little bit of a tail there. Or a lot. That was quite a bit. Okay. This looks better in person. Let me just say that right now. It's got a really good hold to it. It's really nice and sturdy. Perfect bracelet. You could even make it a little bit smaller and just, you know, tie it off so it's not totally together in the end, but it's nice. And you can just take, like I did on this one, I know these look really kind of dumb, but I was just trying to achieve that star that they teach you in school, dun, 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 with your little stitches. So you can, I was just playing around. They're not even at all. They're a mess. However, There's several little different things you can do. In this one, I actually did more rows of the red, as you can see. So I did make it longer so that I could play around with it a bit. But um, I know that I actually somewhere have some little star buttons that I bought from the Dollar Tree, the dollar store. That would be perfect for this. So I will see if I can locate those and make another one that has the actual buttons on it. That would be even better. So, okay. At the end of your project, you can either just take your ends, tie them together, time to, pull them. Whoops. That would help if I had all of the strands. Okay, because you want to have the strands on top and bottom, and then just tie them together in a knot. There is a way that you can make an adjustable as well, like I mentioned. But it's a little more complicated for me to show you with 3 strands. I made one, but I don't think it has as good of a closure. But if you're trying to make adjustable, what you want to do is you want to you want to take your 2 ends and just cross them. You want to get as close as you can with your 2 ends of your actual bracelet. Then you're going to wrap this one, wrap it loosely because you're going to have to come through it. Wrap it once, wrap it twice, and then you're going to take these strings and you're going to come behind. If you have a big hook, let me see if I can find a big hook. Okay, so if you've got a big hook, you can come in through those 2 loops and grab those strings, pull them through the loops to the other side, and then just tighten them up. Okay, so you've got that side done. And then you would come to the other side and repeat that. So you want to wrap it. You want to turn it though so that we worked it this way where we put the strings in through the loops this way. So then when you're working the other side, you're going to turn it this way and you're going to wrap it once, wrap it twice, and then you're going to pull these through this way. So we're going to put our little hook in there and pull through the strands there and tighten that up. So you can clip off your ends, but this makes it adjustable. Like I said, this is not an ideal thing to do for this type of thing because you're working with 3 different strands and it just does not work out as well. That's how you would go about, however, making an adjustable strap. So you can just tie it off and then you're all set. You've got your 4th of July Independence Day bracelet. Looks better on my son's wrist. Okay, so in the next video, I am going to be showing you how to make this, and hopefully your stars look better than mine. But I'm going to show you how to make this one. And you have a little closed strap with a button on it if you want. Or you can tie it off the same way. So thank you for joining me. This is my little quick workup pattern for that last minute Independence Day project. It literally will take you no time at all to do it. Once you get down those slip stitches on top, once you do a few of them, you're going to be whipping through those. And you can do those in any kind of order that you want to. You can make like I did here. I made it with a red background, a red base, and this one I did with the blue base. And you could even put in another stripe. Maybe, put in another, or make just white stripes across here with red. I don't know. You could do so many different things to just really make these snazzy and creative. So that's all there is to these. And you could sell those all day long for $2-3. And you're well making your money back out of it, out of the yarn, out of everything, because you don't use very much at all. So thank you for joining me here today, and get creative with these. I would love to see what you come up with. Come share your makes with us on our Facebook group at www.facebook.com/groups/Yarn Wars. Also have a website at yarnwars.com where I would love for you to subscribe. We have new patterns coming out all the time. They're free patterns always. And please subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed this. This is one of many easy workups that you will get from me. I have different projects that I'm always working on, and so many more to come in the next couple of weeks. So make sure to hit the subscribe button so that you are the first one alerted when I upload a new pattern video tutorial. So thanks so much for joining me today, and you guys have a wonderful day, and happy 4th of July. Bye.